Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in for an early edition of the Vicky Show. Come on in, come on in, come on in to an early edition of the Vicky Show right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. We're so pleased to be with you today for an incisive show. And this show is meant to inform, inspire, and empower you specifically for a metaphysical, a spiritual weapon I want to give to you today. And not give to you, really. You already have it. Watch this. I want to activate something in you today. A little bit of housekeeping before we get ready to get into it. As you come in, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like. Be sure to share. Would you do that? Let everybody know there's an early edition of the Vicky Show, your lunch break for some of you, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. As you come in, like, share, subscribe. If you're watching us on one of our other channels or networks, please like, share, subscribe. And we so appreciate you doing that today. Also, I want you to know that you can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. I'm not the only queen here, so when you join that, Fly Nubian Queen will have direct access to you. They won't sell your information, but they'll have direct access to you to give you the heads up when one of the other queens are going live. Thank you all so much for your beautiful compliments. You all just leave me blushing. Thank you so very much. Somebody asked, well, who is Vicky Stylist? You looking at it. I told you, beloved, I'm a one-woman show. Certainly I have the spirit to help me, and I do thank God for my family member that is my medical caretaker. But beloved, thank you all so much for your kind words. Again, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Thank you so very much. Now, Instagram, get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com because I'm going to need to use this device in just a moment. Let's talk about it. Because we are, of course, and I will never cease to remind you that we are in holy uprising. Shout out to you, C, for your gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. Because we are in holy uprising, we must observe and be very keen and very aware of this stage of war that we're in. We won't be at war for long, family, but while we're in war, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it because I want us to win. Somebody talk black to me. I want us to win. And as the world moves toward what some biblical scholars call Armageddon, you want to be prepared, Black family, because the changing of the new worlds, the changing of the gods is underway. That's why we're having all this trouble. Somebody talk black to me. We're holding court today. All of the trouble in the whole wide world has to do, all of the labor, all of the pain. We're birthing a new reality, a new world that's based on what? Freedom, justice, and equality. So I was thinking about a video that we're now resurfacing that I believe is very insightful, a principle, a secret to our power, a secret to winning in this season. Now, of course, I continue to tell you that this is holy uprising. We invoke the term holy on purpose because everything we're dealing with is about the God. We understand that we ourselves are gods, little g, one with what? Force and power. And so that's what this warfare is about. I want to show you a secret, a metaphysical, a spiritual secret today that I pray will assist you in the changing of the gods that's underway. Again, thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Watch this. So you might say, well, Vicki, what lesson are we going to learn today? I want to talk to you about this amazing God by the name of Richard Williams. How many of you know who Richard Williams is? I want us to learn from him today. Richard Williams. How many of you are familiar with the very majestic Richard Williams? I don't want you to undervalue or miss the profundity of who this man is. Do you know who I'm talking about, Black family? Do you know who I'm referring to, Black family? That's right. Venus and Serena's father. Don't get it twisted. Profound lessons that we can glean from our dear brother. To be sure, he was hated all throughout the sports world, especially when he spoke unequivocally, watch this, about white supremacy. And so because he had birthed other gods, goddesses, Venus and Serena, because he had the microphone, the power, and the resources to be heard, he caused the earth to shake. So they tried to demonize him over the years. But I want to talk to you about a secret, a principle that we should be able to glean from our brother, Richard Williams, today. Instagram, come on over to flynubianqueentv.com because I'm getting ready to use this device. Thank you so very much. By the way, family, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Thank you so very much. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's who I was inviting to come over to join us now for this early edition of the Vicki Show. Watch this. I want to play for you an excerpt from a clip from some years ago that Richard Williams did with an ABC reporter. Somebody talk Black to me. How often we in the Black media, we the Black grassroots, the real media, somebody talk Black to me, have explained to you how warfare is played out in media. We deal with real warfare in media. And this clip bears witness to this also. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, I'm going to need you to listen to me today with your mind, your spiritual mind. Are y'all hearing me? Why am I dealing with your spiritual mind? Why am I dealing with the unseen part of you? Because everything that you can see came out of that. That's proved in no limit of time in your science. So I just like to go to the root. I like to go to the source of things. And besides that, Black spirituality is our superpower. When it appears that we are outmanned and outgunned, beloved, when it appears that we are out-resourced, us being able to unify and us utilizing our collective intelligence and also accessing the unseen parts of ourselves gives us an edge. So listen. As I cue this video, this ABC video, which I've already read the Copyright Act. Shout out to Black media that put this out some time ago. What you're listening to is an ABC interviewer who was interviewing the elders of the two Williams sisters that are the tennis players. Of course, they have other siblings as well. But Venus, her father, Richard Williams, is going to get ready to interrupt this interview. But I want you to watch very closely because the video is somewhat distorted. I'm going to turn the volume up as loud as I possibly can so you can hear it. But on the count of three, as I'm preparing this, on the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, Erica, for your gift. Oh, that's such a blessing, your kind words, Erica. Thank you so much. And to your friend that's in the prisons that watches the Vicky show, that is so humbling. That is such a blessing. How absolutely amazing, beloved. Thank you for that, Queen. All right. Here we go. I want you to get ready to hear this. Thank you for giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you for liking and sharing. Watch this video here. Here we go.
I know I can get it. I know it.
I'm going to turn it for you here.
Very confident. You think it?
All right.
I know I can get it. I know it. Very confident. Very confident. You say it so easily. Why? Because I believe it. I really tell you why. What she said it with so much confidence the first time. But to keep one on. Listen, we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want, you got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child. And this child gonna be out there playing with your whole ass and he's gonna be in the brain. When she says something, we done told you what's happening. You're dealing with a little black kid, and let her be a kid. She'll answer with a lot of confidence. Leave that alone. You say it so.
I want you to watch this again, family. I want you to watch this again. I want to reveal to you an important secret of this old video that we're resurfacing for such a time as this. I feel like this is something that the Black collective needs to be aware of and grab a hold of. Watch this. Watch it again. Watch it again.
You think you can beat it? I know I can beat it. I know it. Very confident. Very confident.
So this white man, a symbol of our open enemy, a representative of our open enemy, asked if she thinks that she can beat this particular opponent, this tennis opponent. And what does Venus say? What does this 14-year-old Black girl say? Listen closely, family. Somebody said they can't hear what she says. It's a distorted video. Tap in. Tap in. Listen closely. Listen closely. I'm going to play it again. And I need you to hear, not just with the appendages on the side of your face. I need you to hear with your mind. I want you to hear with your invisible ear. Are y'all hearing me today? Turn up the volume. Listen as close as you can, but you're going to pick it up. There's no way for you to miss it. Listen.
You think you can beat it? I know I can beat it. I know it. Very confident. Very confident. You say it so easily. Why? Because I believe it. And let me tell you why. What she has said.
What you just witnessed were shots fired. Are y'all hearing me today? What you just witnessed was our open enemy launching an attack on the greatest resource that the Black collective has. Not only is it our youth, but it is the most threatening thing to white supremacy. What is that threatening thing? The big black brain. Somebody say the big black brain. Somebody say the big black brain. He's asking whether or not she thinks that she can beat this other young lady, this opponent. She's saying that she knows that she can. That bothered him. Listen. Watch it again.
You think you can beat her? I know I can beat her.
I know I can beat her.
I know it. Very confident. Very confident.
Do you see how he's questioning her? That's his attempt to chip away at her confidence. That's his way of chipping away at her confidence. Black family, your knowledge of self, we have been told, it is clear through ancient text, know thyself. The essential issue of the hour, Black man, the essential issue for you, Black woman, in this time and for your children and your children's children is to know thyself. Shout out to you, K. Sharif. Oh, ooh, wee. I remember. Praise be to the Most High Queen. You are on it. Wake us up. Thank you, beloved. When you have true knowledge of who the true God is, meaning the creator and supreme being, and you have knowledge of who the devil is or the opponent to all that is good, then you have just set yourself up to rule and to win and to be successful. Please pay attention to the body language. Please pay attention to everything that's happening in this moment as we briefly dissect this excerpt, this clip. Watch this again.
It's so easy. You think you can beat it? I know I can beat it. I know it. Very confident. Very confident. You say it so easily.
He said you say it so easily. Watch this. Why would he want it to be difficult? You say it so easily. The Williams sisters literally took the world by storm. Is that right, family? They absolutely turned the world of sports and specifically tennis upside down. And it wasn't by accident. May I submit to you that this white reporter, this white ABC reporter that was questioning her confidence and the ease with which she said what she said. When you move, Black family, with ease on something, that's a sign of what comes natural to you. That points to your nature. That points to your identity. That points to who you really are. He said, you say it so easily. Why wouldn't she? A secret to us overcoming. The secret to our success is a right understanding and knowledge of who we are. But it has to be talked about. Why is it that we don't know who we are? The question is about the warfare that took place in the beginning. This issue that we're discussing now is about the warfare that happened in the garden. Oh my God. From the beginning, it's been friction. It's been warfare, even in the garden. You'll remember the story of Eden when it was said what? When God was walking in the cool of the day, for Adam and Eve, there are multiple layers and an understanding of, number one, that scripture, but one understanding, one dimension of Genesis, when it's talking about the God who was walking in the cool of the day, was looking for Adam and Eve. And it said, when they said to him, we were naked, he said, who told you that? Who told you you were naked? The question becomes, who have been our teachers? Who are the responsible ones, are the ones that are responsible for conditioning our thinking, shaping our minds? What did I just say? The big black brain is the greatest threat to white supremacy. And it is the greatest technology and the greatest gem and the greatest tool and the greatest resource to us building a new reality. Somebody talk black to me. This ABC reporter is tripping because of the ease with which she said she knew she could beat her opponent. This is a 14-year-old Venus. I love this video. I want to know if you can tap into it. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. If you're watching us elsewhere, be sure to like and share. Would you do that? Let everybody know that there's an early edition of the Vicky Show on today. I'm getting right to it. Watch this. Again.
I know I can beat it. No. Very confident. Very confident. You say it so easily.
Look at him.
Why? Because I believe it. And let me tell you why. What she said it with so much confidence the first time.
Now watch this. What happens? In the middle of our open enemy trying to launch an attack on this beautiful young black mind. Did you all see the attack? Thankfully, a beautiful black man was on the scene to thwart that attack. And he showed up as Brother Richard Williams, the father and the maker and the creator of Venus and Serena Williams. I need somebody black to talk black to me. He was there on the scene, conscious enough to recognize the seriousness of the moment and the need to interrupt this malware that this open enemy was trying to install in this beautiful black computer. He was trying to install a virus of limitation and self-hate. But thankfully, the black man was on the scene. To thwart that attack. Thank God he was a black man that stood up and did not suffer from effeminization But he was strong, and he shut down this attack that was meant to destroy his daughter. Was it because it was a gun? Was it a gun? No, but it was a weapon. He was using the weapon of his words to limit her belief in herself. Somebody talk black to me. Watch this. You're watching warfare played out. I don't want you to miss that. Make sure your babies are watching this. Make sure that you let your children and your nephews and your nieces watch this. Make sure you watch this so that you are on top of it, so that you're conscious and aware this is how it's played out. This is how they do what they do. It's an attack on the mind. But thank God for people that come with conscious truth and the right words to help you reprogram your mind, and also to disallow certain viruses of limitation and self-hate from penetrating in you in the first place. Somebody talk black to me. Listen. That's right, Silent D Production. We are the firewall. He said, take notes from Brother Richard. Watch it again. Watch the interruption. Somebody say, watch the interruption.
Because I believe it. You don't mind. And let me tell you why. What she said it with so much confidence the first time. But to keep one on and on. Listen, we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want, you got to understand.
Don't miss what he said next. What did that white supremacist reporter say? What did that suspected white supremacist reporter say next? He told her father, first of all, he said, you can't keep interrupting. God, today. I'm trying to help you, black family. What I'm teaching you is not about sensationalism. I'm giving you the code. I'm giving you the inside track to black success and power. Did you hear what he said? He said, you can't keep interrupting. Somebody put the word keep. Somebody else put the word continue. Y'all play too much. How many times have I taught you that there are different types of soldiers? Oh, I know I'm a little early today. How many times have I told you that there are different kinds of soldiers? The first sign of warfare in this interruption was that this suspected white supremacist ABC reporter was tired and frustrated and exhausted, because apparently, this is just one clip we're showing you, but based on his statement, it's clear that he was saying some other disagreeable things that her father took umbrage with and kept interrupting. Somebody say he kept interrupting. Their father, Mr. Williams, was keen enough, conscious enough, alert enough to know when our open enemy was launching an attack. It's clear that this white supremacist was trying to attack from different angles. And may I tell you why, Samson? Y'all ain't ready for this revelation. This is a little different today, but I'm giving you what's important. The Vicky Show, baby, is not just about subscribers, and it's not just about numbers for me. It's not just about thumbs up, all that's important. Yes, quantity is important, but most important, the quality, because I'm trying to shift us. I want to inspire. I want to activate the great God in you. But this white supremacist reporter didn't just launch an attack in that moment on her confidence. He says, you keep interrupting. This white reporter had a problem with her father checking him every step of the way. See, black family, you got to understand that the family unit is the first line of defense. It is the foundation for the successful building of the black nation. Remember how many times I've told you, make your house your headquarters? Donald Trump is not a president. We don't have a president right now. So in the absence of a president, You your own president. Somebody talk black to me. You're your own president. Use this as a time to think on your power. Since some of you are stuck anyway in your homes and quarantine, some of you are starting businesses in your own home. You're working remotely. Why don't you use this as an opportunity to make your house your headquarters, make your house the black house, God, today. Use this as an opportunity to discover your own powers in this moment. Watch this. The reporter is frustrated because her father is a successful warrior. This black man, full of black masculinity, is a threat. He continued to interrupt. And so now let's watch this black man unman this kind of a man. Watch this. And I want you to watch the behavior of Venus at the same time. Watch Venus's demeanor while her daddy is fighting for her. I want you to pay attention to what Richard Williams is doing. And I want you to watch the demeanor and the behavior of this young black girl, this 14-year-old black girl. Watch her behavior while her father fights.
She said it with so much confidence the first time. But you keep one on and on. Listen, we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want, you got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child. And this child won't be out there playing with your whole ass and you're going to be in the play. When she says something, we done told you what's happening. You're dealing with a little black kid, and let her be a kid. She'll answer with a lot of confidence. Leave that alone.
What did the black man tell him to do? Didn't the black man tell you to leave that alone? When the black man says she done already told you. So she said what she said. When the black woman spoke, daddy reinforced what the black girl said. But the black girl got that learning from somewhere. She was trained to rule. She was trained to be the best. And the daddy understood that he shaped and helped to form this kind of a woman. And he understood that there would be enemies to that. And so he made sure that he did the two main things that we need black men to do, to be the providers and the protectors. And while he was doing the fighting, Lord have mercy today, y'all play too much. While Brother Richard was beating the brakes off this white supremacist, I'm not even going to let you listen to it. This is what Venus was doing. Watch Venus. Watch Venus. Look at Venus. What is Venus doing? Venus was chilling. Venus was being a young girl chilling. She was smiling, wasn't she? Somebody talk black to me. That's what the black woman is meant to do. We're supposed to sit back and be beautiful and girly and glorious. We should be able to feel safe and thrive because our men got us. Somebody talk black to me. Shout out to you, Ronique. She said, shift us, queen. It's time. Teach goddess energy. I know that's right. Shout out to my beautiful Ronique, my dear sister. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Welcome to an early edition of the Vicky Show. We're so pleased that you are with us today. I got red on, baby. I got red lipstick on. I got a red top on because it's fire. And I'm warm right now. God, today. Somebody talk black to me. That's how it's meant to be. We're supposed to sit back and flick our hair. Somebody talk black to me. We're supposed to be confident. We're supposed to be confident. Some years ago, I watched this movie called 300. I don't remember all the details of the movie. I just know it was stolen from Black antiquity. Somebody talk black to me. You all do understand that. 300. And of course, we see similarities with the story of the 300 with Gideon, which of course we know that has everything to do with Black people. Any and all of your superheroes always has its basis or its inspiration from somebody Black. So in the movie 300, listen, in the movie 300, watch this. I remember, and I'm trying to remember exactly how this white lady said it. In the movie 300, of course, again, they stole a concept from us. The guy, what are they were called in the movie, y'all? Was it Spartans or whoever they were? Was it Spartans? Y'all remind me. Help me today, family, because I'm not going to go look this up right now. Watch this. The white woman, the wife to, what was it, the general, one of the heads, Spartans? Somebody said yes. Is that right, family? Yes. Okay, thank you. Sparta, thank y'all. Watch this. The wife to either the general or the head Spartan or whoever he was, she knew that her husband was getting ready to go off to war, and it was likely that he wasn't going to come back. But I remember somewhere during the movie, and y'all help me remember exactly what she said if you remember. When she was dealing with the opposition, when she was dealing with the enemy, one of the things that she said to him is that we, the female Spartans, we're the only ones that really produce real men or real soldiers. Did you all remember that part? I'm paraphrasing what she says. Do you all remember that part? I'm going to need somebody Black to talk Black to me. Do you remember the part when that white lady Spartan, thank you, Denise says, she said, I birth kings. Let me help you understand something today. And she said it with such confidence, didn't she? She said that they were the only ones that she said, no, she was saying something along the lines, if I remember correctly, y'all help me get the quote right. She said something about that they were the only ones that produce, they're the only ones that produce real ones anyway. Is that right, y'all? What did she say? Help me get the wording right. Somebody put it in the chat. I'll wait. And while we're waiting, I want the rest of you to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. And don't forget that we have a store at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Somebody put it in the chat. Remind me of what she said. Did she say something that they're the only ones that produce real kings or real men? Somebody help me today. Somebody just put in there, because only Spartan women give birth to real men. The devil is a lie. Black woman, fly Nubian queens, I want you to know that's you. I want you to know that they're taking stolen concepts and realities from our great Black civilizations. They understand our potential and they try to make it our own, baby. That's us, baby. Becky, Karen, and Gretchen, their wounds are producing the overwhelming number of terrorists, the overwhelming number of sexual deviants. Somebody talk Black to me. Let's keep it real. Karen and Becky and them are producing our tormentors. But I want to remind you, Black woman, that your government put in writing under COINTELPRO, J. Edgar Hoover, the top LGBTQ community offender of Black people that's responsible for the manifold murders and destruction of Black people and organizations here in these United States of America. He made it known that one of the objectives of the COINTELPRO was to do what? Prevent the rise of a Black Messiah. Your government knew that the Messiah wasn't a white man. They began to speculate in writing who the Messiah could be, and every single one of them looked like us. Which means that the womb of a black woman is indeed also a danger to white supremacy. So I want this Miss Sparta lady to know. I can remember in my spirit years ago, y'all play too much. When I heard her say it, I knew then she was stealing. Talking about that they the only ones that birth real men. Girl, what you birthed a terrorist. And Rachel Maddow isn't talking about this phenomenon. I want you to know, black woman, you being the first teacher, you housing the secrets of the universe. And it's not just because we can make babies, because I'm 41 years of age. I've got a lot of medical stuff going on, so it may not be in the cards for me to ever have children physically. But I do believe that I have spiritual children and I nurture. But there is another way I can bring things into existence. What y'all don't understand is that the black, oh my God, I'm giving y'all way too much information, is that the black woman's womb is an antenna. God, today. What do you mean, Vicky, her womb is an antenna? The uterus and the womb of the woman was always revered. It was also seen as almost like a separate entity years ago. This capacity to bring things into existence, to formulate and nurture them, beloved, I submit to you, and everybody's not going to teach you this. It's not just about whether or not I can birth a physical baby. Because how many of you all know that when the child is first being formed in the womb, that the child for the first little bit doesn't even have a heartbeat? Am I talking black to you? What's going on in those first few weeks before the child even has a heartbeat, before that life force is even sparked in the womb? I submit to you that the divine black feminine, who's the only one that has that supreme mitochondria, I ain't finna go there right now. We can also birth businesses. God, today. We can also birth, hello, The Vicky Show, ideas that will help spark the right people to bring a new world into existence. We also have the capacity to activate the God in our people from a distance. And if you bless us right, and if you recognize it's written that he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord, there's a principle in that. It's not just because your house is clean and somebody is cooking for you, bro. But the nearness to the divine feminine, God today can do something to you and for you. When you see taking care of your woman and your family as a burden, you will not attract the best entrepreneurial circumstances to you. When you see it as investing in the greatest resource on the planet, open doors. Doors will open for you unlike any other man. Oh, God, today. We're the prize. When you bless the prize, you get blessed back. But your messed up attitude will mess up opportunities for you. You will bump into all kinds of limitation. Somebody talk black to me. In that I have confidence. Thumbs up, thumbs up. But in those first few weeks, if I did my research right, I think it takes about 40 days. Y'all help me with this. It takes about 40 days before that spark of life hits the womb of a baby that's being formed in the womb. Is that right, Black family? Not exactly that time frame, but approximately that. That divine energy that sparks the life officially is also the same type of capacity that we have to pull energy and ideas and other things into existence. Because everything is energy. E equals MC squared. And energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes form. So the same stuff that makes a physical human being is the stuff of ideas. It's the stuff of invention. Somebody talk black to me. Somebody else just said about 10 weeks or so. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Keep liking and sharing. But let me move on. Let me move on. Why am I taken and inspired by this video of Richard Williams? Watch this again. Thumbs up, family. I'm cueing this back because I want you to watch this last part again. And listen to what her father says. Thumbs up, like and share. Listen.
I can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want, you got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child.
Now, what I find interesting, did you hear this white man sit there and say, you can't keep interrupting? Listen.
I mean, if you want, you got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child.
Listen.
But we keep on and on. So we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want, you got to understand.
Yes, I can keep interrupting. You know why I can keep interrupting? Because this is my child. I run this here. It's a privilege and an honor for you to even interview her. Now, Vicky, let's get back to Samson. Somebody say Samson. Why am I talking about Samson? Oh, I'm giving y'all some secrets today. I'm giving you all some secrets today. I'm giving y'all some secrets today. Somebody else just said 6 weeks. Thumbs up. Listen, Samson. What do you mean, Vicky? If you're familiar with the story of Samson, Samson is the black man. Somebody say black man. That scripture talks about with the locks. Only black folks can have locks that are natural, that tend to lock up on their own. Watch this. Samson, who had locks, was beating the brakes off of his enemies. And he was so good and successful at what he did. Watch this. They wondered what the secret to his power was. God, today I'm holding court on the Vicky Show. Give me just a couple more minutes for your lunch break. We're almost done. Y'all play too much. They wondered what the secret to Samson's power was. Samson did not tell everybody his secret, but he fell in love with a Delilah. And after she harassed him, accosted him, stressed him out, he finally slipped up and told her the secret to his power. And he made it clear to her that if you cut off my locks, and isn't it interesting that he's talking about his locks, the locks being the thing that's connected to the head, God today. It's within proximity of the brain. Somebody, what did I tell you earlier today? That the big black brain is the thing that is the greatest threat to white supremacy, right? I told you that warfare took place in the garden in the beginning because the serpent that's representative of the devil is the one that tried to install demonic malware in the minds of Adam and Eve. They were already made after the image of God. But it was the devil that said, God doesn't want you to eat from this particular tree because he knows that you're going to be like him. Miss Carmen said, thanks for turning my frown into a smile. You're welcome. But they were already like God. Warfare is when a contrary thought comes in to reprogram your mind and to restrict you, which is why I love this quote. I want to read you this quote, and I want you to guess. Some of you may know who said this quote. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Over 1,000 of you in the chat for an early edition of the Vicky Show. We're so pleased that you're with us today. Make sure, dear family, that you like, share, and subscribe. I'm almost done. Watch this. Listen to this. He who gives you the diameter of your knowledge prescribes the circumference of your activity. Does anybody know who said that? I've read this quote before. He who gives you the diameter of your knowledge prescribes the circumference of your activity. This is mathematical language. Listen again. He who gives you the diameter of your knowledge prescribes the circumference of your activity. You got that right. Minister Farrakhan said that. Isn't that profound? He who gives you the diameter of your knowledge prescribes the circumference of your activity. In other words, and this is Vicky's interpretation, the individual that gives you knowledge or an idea, they're the one that can determine the circumference or your capacity. Don't forget it was illegal for black folk in America to read and write. I need somebody black to talk black to me. They did not want us to know how to read and write. Is that right, family? They made it illegal because it is the thing that will lead you to know who you are. But what was the thinking behind making it illegal for us to read and write? I'm going somewhere, and I want you to connect the dots, because what you just saw in this interview gives you a clue to what I'm trying to break down for you now. Thank you, Kelly Ross, for your gift. She says, you teaching us today and every day. Thanks, beautiful. Thank you. I bless your gift and your kind words 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. And my website is MissVickyTV.com. That's MissVickyTV.com. The link will be in the chat. My contact information is on my website as well. Keep liking and sharing. Let everybody know we're on early for an early edition of the Vicky Show. Listen. They made it illegal for us to read. And when they recognized that would be entirely out of their control, when our open enemies recognized the futility in them trying to prevent us from reading, what did they attempt to do after that? It's a principle that our dear brother Carter G. Woodson taught us in his classic, The Miseducation of the Negro. Your open enemy, when they understood the futility and the impossibility of them preventing all of these millions of enslaved folk, when they understood that they could not utterly prevent us from learning how to read and write, what did they begin to do, family? They started to try to do what? Control and miseducate you. So some of you all got real excited. Brown versus the Board of Education. When they let you into their schools. Some of y'all got real mad when they didn't let you learn from them. But that little man from Georgia, that great founder of the Nation of Islam last century, made a profound statement. By the way, did you all know that one of the times that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went to prison was because of his desire to teach their own black children? And they tried to get him, I think, for truancy or something along those lines from black children. Did you all know that? He made a powerful statement. He says that if your enemy won't treat you right, then he's certainly not going to teach you right. In other words, it's a trick when they let you into their schools. Because what they did was they set the limits or the circumference to your freedom and to your success. Most of you that are excited about your little degrees and the debt that you incur from going to their schools, you're excited to go run work for them. Somebody talk black to me. Your mind doesn't come out thinking about building black. You don't come out with the mindset of ownership and running stuff. I can understand if you get excited that you wanted to work in their corporations so that you can turn around and take what you learn from them so that you can turn around and use it for your own people. Most of you don't have a plan after you get their degrees and their debt. You don't say to yourself, wait a minute, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go work for their corporation. I'm going to learn all of the ins and outs. I'm going to stay there for 3 years. I'm going to stay there for 5 years. And while I'm there, I'm going to save at least 10%, 15%, however much of my income so that I can build my own thing, or at the very least underwrite and support other black businesses. I'm going to take everything that I learned, everything that I know. Some of you don't go in there. I can see if you say, okay, I'm excited about working for some of them so that you can learn the secrets. But most of you aren't thinking in that manner. So they control the limits. You don't go, you get your little doctorate degrees and stuff so that you can go work for their hospitals. You're not thinking about healing your own people. You get your finance degree and all that kind of stuff, and all your people still broke. You ain't talking about doing nothing that's going to liberate your people. Somebody talk black to me. So it was tricks. And it's tricknology to fool you into learning from them. If they won't treat you right, they will certainly not teach you right. Watch this. Watch this. I want you to think on this for a moment. I pulled up Shalina Williams, I bless your private gift 1,000-fold, beloved. I bless it 1,000-fold. Thank you so very much. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Watch this. I want you to listen to this. I pulled up some of the laws that they put in place to prevent black folks from reading and writing. Watch this. It's something very interesting that they say in this piece. Sorry, something is in my eye. It's something very interesting that they say in this piece. What I'm reading to you now is, it says here, a bill to prevent all persons from teaching slaves to read or write, the use of figures accepted. This is from 1830. Y'all listen to this. This is the North Carolina General Assembly. Y'all listen to this. This is a space for intelligent black people. I want you to hear this. The North Carolina General Assembly first prohibited anyone from teaching slaves to read or write in 1818, then strengthened the law in 1830 in the bill reprinted here. I'm going to show you what this has to do with Richard Williams. See, Richard Williams was able to shape and to teach his own children. He was able to put them in a type of incubation to program them for success. I told you warfare is about who's installing certain malware, who's installing viruses in the mind of black folks for limitation, because whoever controls your mind controls your actions. They remote control you. Thank you, LaShonda, for your gift. It's a more effective type of slavery. When I can control your mind, I can control you at a distance. I can remote control you. If I'm controlling the limitations of your mind through miseducation, through media, through music, through the images that you see and the words that you hear, I can control you at a distance. If I can serve you poison, and I put poison in the air and in your water, you will be thinking that you're thinking your own thoughts, but I'm actually controlling you. We wake up and we say the few black people, the random sick black traitors that murder other black people, some of you don't recognize that certain conditions were put in place to cause you to be out of your mind. Some of our black scholars have proven to us in no limit of time that even in certain urban and black neighborhoods, do you all know that they actually have released an energy, a sonic frequency, a sonic vibration in certain black neighborhoods that affects your equilibrium, it affects your thinking? Some of you don't even understand that the reason why some of your open enemies go to school to become scientists and scholars is not for the good of humankind. They're doing it because some of the white scholars are actually a type of warrior. They study you so that they can control you. You think that you're thinking your own thoughts, but you're actually a madman, and they made you that way on purpose. But you didn't even perceive it. Some of you only speak of things that you can see with your own eyes and hear with your own ears, but you don't go deep enough. You don't go deep enough. When I do my shows and I'm discussing ways through the military, ways through government, ways through finances and food, in society and religion, the war that has been launched, the demonic salvo that has been unleashed against black folks, the reason why I teach you all of these different ways that your open enemy comes against you, I'm trying to let you know that's how they make you into their image and their likeness. The beast of the field have now become the gods of your life. They've made you now in their image and likeness. Somebody talk black to me. Somebody say, prove it, Vicky. Somebody say, prove it, Vicky. Before I read you the rest of this law from North Carolina, I said, somebody say, prove it, Vicky. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Shout out to you, Tropical Punch, for your private gift. I bless it 1,000-fold, and all of you that's given into the super chat for Fly Nubian Queen, thank you so much. Listen. The mark of the beast. Y'all play too much. I keep talking about it. I keep talking to you about the mark of the beast. They've taught you eschatology. Your open enemy is the one that's been giving you interpretation of the scriptures, and that's the problem. They're not qualified. Your killers, your rapists, your kidnappers, your tormentors, your torturers are not qualified to tell you what thus saith the Lord. We don't serve the same God. Warfare goes down in the garden. Warfare went down in the garden in the beginning. When God was looking for Adam and Eve and they sinned, they only sinned because what? Somebody got in their ear. Watch this. And so the tree that they were eating from was not about an apple tree or a physical tree. It was a tree of knowledge. Even your scriptures tell you that. Why? It says the tree of knowledge of what? Good and evil, right? The tree of knowledge of good and evil. Watch this. What they ate, family, was not about an apple. It was not about an orange. It was not about a pear or some other fruit. They ate. They ingested. They digested information from an enemy that questioned whether or not they would be like God. And then you see warfare again in what you call the New Testament or the New Covenant, the Garden of Gethsemane. Is that right? You see the warfare in the wilderness of Gethsemane. You see the enemy come in and say to the black Jesus of 2,000 years ago, if thou be the Son of God. Somebody talk black to me. Trying to break his confidence of who he was. The same thing you see this devil do in this interview. God, y'all, I'm trying to give you the clues today. You see the same warfare played out in this interview. He was trying to get her to eat from this fruit. And daddy kept knocking it out of his hands. Because you are what you eat. We're not talking about just Popeye's chicken sandwiches. Whoever has access to your mind controls your thoughts and your belief systems, and that controls the world. Baby, warfare isn't just about bloodshed. It's about this war of words. Did God say? And the question that was asked, that was challenged in Genesis, is the same exact question that was also challenged in the book of Matthew and also, I believe, in the book of Luke, when it recounts the story of Gethsemane. And in both instances, the question of their godness came up. Black family, I want you to know that you are capable. You have everything that it takes. I want you to know that you are worthy. I just want you to know that you need to take it off the page and put it on the stage of your life. I'm going to say it again. All I want you to know is that you need to take it off the page and put it on the stage of your life. All you need to do is activate and work that thing. All you need to do is put one foot in front of the other. All you need to do is ask one question and then ask another and then ask another and then ask another. Shout out to you, Antoinette. Miss Vicky, thank you for your teachings. My critical thinking cap has been 1,000 times since following you. The weak-minded get caught slipping. Thank you, beloved, for your kind words. I bless it 1,000-fold, your gift. Shout out to you, Valerie T, my sister from this divine awakening. You're so welcome. Thank you for this divine awakening, says Valerie. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Shout out to my brother Dara, who's in the building as well. Listen. That's what you see this devil do in this situation. What did I just say to you a few minutes ago? The book of Revelation talks to us about the mark of the beast of the field, the savages that's responsible for your murder and your killing. They're the ones that attempt now to teach us. That's some madness, family. Shout out to you, Michael, for your 2222. I like that master number. You said, Master, yes, I bless your gift 1,000-fold. What do we look like, family? Trusting in the teaching of our open enemy. What did I tell you the Honorable Elisha Muhammad said? If they're not going to treat you right, then they're not going to teach you right. It's an act of warfare when you allow your black babies' minds to be shaped and formed in the image of the white God. That's what you do when you allow them to graze in their field and to eat from their tree. Whenever I hear some black person say something just ridiculous and stupid, I automatically say, who told you that? Listen. The mark of the beast that we've been talking about from Revelation 13, it talks about what? That this mark according to verse 16, said was going to be received in the mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. What did we talk about? The mark of the beast is not just about some chip that they're going to put in your forehead and in your hand. The mark of the beast, we're already seeing these beasts of the field that's trying to control things now. You can see their control. They're able to remote control you by influencing and impacting your thinking and the work of your hands, the things that you're creating. I can tell the devil is at work in your life by how you think and what you do. These are some of the teachings. Sometimes when I'm listening to some of these black folks that think that they're scholars, they think they're so profound. And they're just talking. But the character, the nature, and the spirit of some of the things that they say and what they do, my spirit automatically knows, and my spirit picks up. Wait a minute, who told you that? I know you think you something, but the devil told you. Y'all play too much. Shout out to you, Black Mama, for your gift. She said, headed to the gun range right now, but want to say you look gorgeous, my sister. Black Mama, you blessed me secretly in the dark, in the dead of night last night. I looked on my cash app, Black Mama, and you blessed me, and I want to thank you, and I bless your gifts for this network and to me privately 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Listen, I got to go. Dr. Ava Muhammad says, whoever has a superior thought has a superior action. The quality and the nature of the information that you're getting. Yes, some of you Negroes are coming to conclusions, but you don't even know that the thoughts you're thinking aren't even your own. And that's one of the most effective pieces of warfare. That's one of the most effective weapons that's been launched against you, is when you think that your thoughts are your own. You didn't even know that the conclusion you came to was that something that you ate, something that you drank. It was some air that you was breathing in. You actually think that what you said and the things that was going through your head is your own. God, today. Shout out to you, Jamila. She says, Vicky, I'm so glad I tuned in today. You're on fire. Baby, you need to tune in every day, because the stuff that I drop to you don't come from me, beloved. You don't know what clue or what gem you might be missing, beloved. I'm so glad you tuned in today too, Jamila. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Listen. Some of you are running around here because you received some information. You read something somewhere and you've come to some kind of conclusion, and you don't even know, fool, you being controlled, remotely controlled. And what makes it so effective is you think it's your own thoughts. God, today. Watch this. Finish reading this law, and I'm done. I'm done. Thank you so much, beloved. Takara and Kim Shepardson Smith, Shepardson Jones, bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Listen. This North Carolina law I was reading to you. Watch this. Watch what it says. Listen, family. The North Carolina General Assembly first prohibited anyone from teaching slaves to read or write in 1818. I read that, right? They strengthened the law in 1830 in the bill printed below. Listen to what it says, y'all. Whereas the teaching of slaves to read and write has a tendency to excite dissatisfaction in their minds and to produce insurrection and rebellion to the manifest injury of the citizens of this state. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. I'm going to read it again. I'm reading you. Remember what I just said, a bill to prevent. What I'm reading you now is excerpts from a bill to prevent all persons from teaching slaves to read or write, the use of figures accepted, 1830. Whereas, I'm reading it to you, the teaching of slaves to read and write has a tendency to excite dissatisfaction in their minds. God, today, the more knowledge the black man has, the more knowledge the black man has, the black mind has, the greater the tendency to excite dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction with what, y'all? Please answer the question. Please fill in the blank, black family. I'm reading you a part of a North Carolina General Assembly law titled "A Bill to Prevent All Persons from Teaching Slaves to Read or Write." It says, whereas the teaching of slaves to read and write has a tendency to excite dissatisfaction in their minds and to produce insurrection and rebellion to the manifest injury of the citizens of the state. What is it, family, that will excite the dissatisfaction? Dissatisfaction with what? Dissatisfaction with your oppression. So folks that teach you like I'm teaching you excites dissatisfaction. We point out the most precarious situation that we're still in. But this is the reason why you're not going to see a Vicky Dillard in mainstream white media on a regular basis. They know that this kind of thinking, like coronavirus, is contagious. So they attempt to quarantine such voices. They attempt to prevent, frustrate, and foil our efforts to make known these kinds of things, because you will become dissatisfied with your butter biscuits. You will no longer think that crumbs are a full course meal. Knowledge is light. Light is knowledge, and that is also information. Thank you, Erin, for your gift. Sister Vicky, I'm so proud of my beloved sister, the glow you're entitling. I can't even read the rest of what you said, but thank you so much for your kind words and your gift. I bless them 1,000-fold. The thing was moving so fast, I couldn't even read it, beloved. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Watch this. I'm going to read this little part because I've got a full day. God help me. Thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Watch this. Look at this. The North Carolina General Assembly first prohibited anyone from teaching slaves to read or write in 1818. They changed it in 1830. Listen to this part. That's not the part. It says that reading and writing has a tendency to excite dissatisfaction in their minds. Now you understand why this is warfare, what we do. Information is light, and light is information. The more knowledgeable you become, I'm teaching you stuff from my mastermind class. By the way, go to clubvicky.com. I'm getting ready to start doing some more question and answer in the next week or two. Clubvicky.com. Somebody please put that in the chat. Watch this. This is some of the stuff that I teach there. Information is light. Light is information. So the more knowledgeable you become, the more you alter your frequency. God, today. And frequency is about power. But if you are getting low level, low vibrational information, God, today, you will think you're powerful and you're really not. You are a powerful tool for white supremacy. But nobody is going to mistake you for a liberator. God, today, nobody is going to mistake you for any kind of revolutionary. God, today. That's clubvicky.com if you want to get more of that kind of stuff. Clubvicky.com. Stay tuned. Clubvicky.com. Clubvicky.com. I'm getting ready to start doing some more question and answer. Watch this. Thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. The link is in the chat for clubvicky.com. Watch this. It goes on to say, be it enacted by the General Assembly of the state of North Carolina, and it is hereby enacted by the authority of the same, that any free person who shall hereafter teach or attempt to teach any slave within this state to read or write, the use of figures accepted, shall be liable to indictment in any court of record in the state having jurisdiction thereof, and upon conviction shall at the discretion of the court, if a white man or woman be fined not less than $100 nor more than $200 or imprisoned, and if a free person of color shall be whipped at the discretion of the court not exceeding 39 lashes. The Jesus of 2,000 years ago. See, you guys don't understand where you are in scripture. Scripture, the root word of scripture is script. You are the script. Lo, I come in the volume of the book. I ain't got time to play with y'all. You're not going to get this in the Bible bookstore. It's written of us. The Jesus of 2,000 years ago is said to have been whipped how many times? How many lashes did the black Jesus of 2,000 years ago? Y'all play too much. Be it further enacted that if any slave shall hereafter teach or attempt to teach any other slave to read or write, the use of figures be accepted, he or she shall be carried before any justice of the peace, and on conviction thereof shall be sentenced to 39 lashes on his or her bare back. Shout out to you, Randy, for your gift, your private gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. Listen, watch this. Watch this. Got one more to show you. I'm looking for the link. That's why all these other little things popping up. So that's why I'm thanking each of you. Watch this. Watch this. This one. This one. Here's another act. Acts against the education of slaves in South Carolina. Remember, the other one was from North Carolina. This says 1740. Watch this. This says 1740 in Virginia, 1819, cited in William Goodell. Watch this. The American Slave Code in Theory and Practice, Part 2. Watch what it says. Fearing that black literacy would prove a threat to the slave system. See, it's not just any kind of knowledge. Some of you coons have matriculated in white supremacy's world. That's a type of education, but it's an inferior knowledge that has nothing to do with the freeing of your people. So don't get it twisted. Some of you know all of Cardi B's songs and other similar ratchets. That's a knowledge, but it's an inferior knowledge. And it's a knowledge that will die in this world. Let me prophesy to some of you that like to subscribe and share and donate and give and support other ratchets, other black looking people, other black sounding people. Those of you that say, I love them because they just keeping it real and stuff and all this kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. All of that you're enjoying now, that little bit of success is going to die here. It's not going to traverse over into the other world. What I'm building, the stuff I'm planting, it's going to have an effect in this world and in the world to come. Somebody talk black to me. Clubvicky.com. Clubvicky.com. The first one I read you was from North Carolina. Back to this one from South Carolina. It says that fearing that black literacy would prove a threat to the slave system, which relied on slaves' dependence of masters. Now watch the secrets. Whites in many colonies instituted laws forbidding slaves to learn to read or write and making it a crime for others to teach them. Watch this. So two people are criminalized in this transaction, in this freedom transaction. Those that would learn and those that would teach. Remember, I keep telling you there are other types of soldiers. Some of your revolutionary teachers, you should be grateful for. Watch this. Whereas the having, watch this, fearing that Black literacy would prove a threat to the slave system. It goes on to tell you something else, which relied on slaves' dependence on masters. A free mind is a mind that's not dependent on our open enemy. They do not want you to be independent of them. They want you to rely on them. Did y'all hear what I just said? Somebody talk black to me. I gotta go. I gotta go. Remember I told you that warfare was in Genesis, and it was in the second half of the covenant in the Garden of Gethsemane. We see warfare manifested in knowledge, a demonic knowledge, information and intelligence that's coming from elsewhere. Let me tell you something. It's important that you check what you read and what you hear. Why? Don't you understand that America, along with other nations, is notorious for engaging in a little thing called propaganda? They will put bits and pieces of information out in order to help shape your mind. And because you don't know how to read it, and your spirit is not properly picking up, because don't forget the enemy, the devil, the old Quran tells us this. He mixes truth with falsehood. I said the enemy mixes truth with falsehood. But the Holy Quran also says this. God help me to say it right. We hurl truth at falsehood. I'm about to swing these braids all through the nations. If you're watching me in Paris, you finna get a swing. Venezuela, all through Africa, you getting a swing. We hurl truth at falsehood until we do what? Until we knock out his brains. The big black brain is the greatest threat. And I thank Mr. Richard Williams for teaching us exactly what to do and how to handle that level of warfare. Thank you so much for tuning into an early edition of the Vicky Show. I went longer than I was supposed to. I got to go, family. I love you to pieces. I'm normally here on FlyNewBeingQueenTV.com weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure that you like and share and let everybody know I went a little early today. More importantly, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to FlyNewBeingQueenTV.com and make sure that you hit all notifications. Why? Because I'm not the only queen here. And that way you'll be notified and alerted when the other queens, when their content goes up or when they go live. So very important. I can't wait to see you on my Instagram page at Vicky X Dillard and also on Twitter at Dillard Vicky. Don't forget, I'm going to be answering more questions like I did for this series on the spiritual secrets of a spiritual warrior. I'm going to be dealing with all kinds of other metaphysical questions and spiritual questions and answers that I hope to provide to you by the grace of God. I don't pretend to be more than I am. I don't pretend to be some guru that has matriculated through some white person's school. Somebody talk black to me. I just know what I know. And I do know that the universe is my university. And I do know that my expertise has been in the 20-some odd years of hell that I've walked through. There's some information. There are some degrees. There's some knowledge, there's some intel that I have that I think that could actually help your life. Somebody talk black to me. And so I make no excuses. And there's a confidence that I have because it didn't come from me. There's a confidence that I have when I share that knowledge because I know that if you do it, it's inevitable that things will shift in your life. And it's going to happen because I said so. And the saying so that Vicky said comes from the God that's within. So the confidence that I have that these words won't fail is not because of me in and of myself. It's because of that great one that's on the inside. ClubVicky.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll look for you on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. I love you.